The Daily Mail says that Timothée Chalamet has broken up with Kylie, and sources say that this has happened before and they could potentially reunite. Could reunite? We'll see about that. But just tell me, guys, right? You knew they were gonna break up the second you heard that they were dating. Honestly, let's be realistic, because their energy, in my eyes, is giving more like this. Today, we're looking at the Sinistry casements to know all the dirty astrology secrets and the 2026 plot twists, and whether the universe actually has it in its cards to allow this reunion to happen. Like, is it even possible? Right? So, but firstly, we need to gather all the AstroTea. So let's turn this thing on. Okay, so let's check what the media circus is saying. I'll only show you guys a few of these, but trust me, they're a treasure. Right, so first up, look at this. The Daily Mail reported that a source shared that the star was dubbed by the actor, claiming that this isn't actually the first time he has done so. An inside source told the publication this has happened before, but she talked him into getting back together. She's crazy about him, so that could happen again.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Why does this kind of sound like when you delete an app and they re-download it again like 3 days later? It's like Instagram on my phone, right? I deleted from like my mental health and it's back on my home screen like literally 3 days later. I think that's kind of like the market's giving. What do you reckon? Right? So let's check out Reddit. You know, people on Reddit could really build up like a psychological profile with just one headliner. Like they have a intrinsic talent to be able to do this. And it says here, if this is true, then I feel like he's down to it because he wants to be seen as a serious actor ahead of his Oscar campaign for Mighty Supreme. That's not real good. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds really, really good. It's kind of like, imagine your boyfriend sitting there like, I just feel like my public image needs a rebrand. You know what I mean? And it needs to revolve. And having this billionaire hot girlfriend just doesn't fit my artistic arc right now. You know, it's kind of giving that itch. The next source in Reddit says that he's practically banging her to dump him, but it's never going to happen. You know, Timothée, Kylie is the pick-me final boss. I don't know about that. Now, the next thing is, at any rate, he is never marrying her. She needs to get some self-respect and stop sticking around while he humiliates her. These Reddit posts are pretty tough. They're a tough crowd. I mean, like, calling Kylie the pick-me final boss is actually insane, but, you know, it sounds reasonable given what, you know, they're taking out of the situation. He's literally doing everything but like skywriting, please dump me, you know, over her house. And it's, you know, refusing to talk about it in the media and in his interviews and dodging all these questions and, you know, letting tabloids but whatever. I don't know. I don't think he's doing a great job at refuting these claims. So what do you think people are going to believe ultimately? You know, I don't know. It's not healthy, guys. It's really not healthy, and it's definitely not funny either. But then people and our magazine came in like PR firefighters. They were here to like throw hands back at all his, you know, claims. And they had said, actually, sources say that they're still going strong. It's a long distance, and he's busy filming Jude and Mighty Supreme, right? And Kylie literally went on Instagram and liked all his posts about Mighty Supreme, and which, you know, multiple outlets read as, no, they did not break up. Calm down. So you see it, right? Like, it's kind of here. The tabloids are screaming one thing, and that, you know, she's the dunked, and then the PR firefighters are out here saying, you know, they're fine. Reddit is calling it an Oscar PR energy, so there's a lot of different things going on. So no wonder everyone is confused and you need to get these facts straight, right? So we will be checking out the more important factors, which is our realm, right? So we're going to look at the actual astrological data for what would seem like a more accurate take. So Kylie Jenner's natal chart, Timothée Chalamet's natal charts. I don't know, I've even zoomed in and it's already feeling like these aspects are fighting each other. But let's get down to the details, shall we? So what we've got here is Timothée Chalamet's moon in opposition to Kylie Jenner's Venus, right? So Timothée has his moon in Pisces while Kylie has her Venus in Virgo, right? So this is a little bit of a tricky opposition because The moon is how you want to be cared for. It's how you want to experience emotional safety, while Venus is what you love and what you're attracted to and how you show that as well. So in love, Timothée pretty much wants emotional softness, while Kylie, on the other end, given her Venus, wants to give like practical proof. He's more like, I want comfort, reassurance, hugs, and a safe space, right? And she's like, I've rescheduled your appointment. I've bought you, these supplements and drink water today. That's kind of what a Venus in Virgo will be like. So as you can see, both of them are trying, but it feels like different languages. Kind of like we're talking to each other, but we're not entirely hearing each other. And if they don't put in a ton of effort, to be fair, they could end up, both of them kind of feeling like, you don't love me the way that I really need to be loved. And that's kind of big, that you keep missing each other in emotional language. I think it's a really hard thing to work through. It's not, undoable per se, but it does take a lot of effort. The next thing I want to talk about is the fact that Timothée's Venus in Aquarius is squaring Kylie's moon in Scorpio. Another tense and challenging aspect, right? So it's more like detached versus deep dive type of energy. So the Venus that Timothée has in Aquarius squaring this, moon that Kylie has in Scorpio. The dynamic is that, the Venus in Aquarius love space, right? They like time to themselves and freedom, and it gives like we're together, but also kind of like best stupidly. And also don't be clingy for an Aquarius Venus. It just doesn't work. They need space, they need detachment, they want to be friends, but feel like they still have a sense of independence and individuality. While a Scorpio moon, which is Kylie's placement, they have pretty intensity. They're quite emotional with things. There's a lot of depth here and loyalty, right? The vibe here is, if you're not obsessed, then what are we even doing? What are we even doing if there's no obsession here? So this square is pure, I need to breathe, I need you inside my soul 24/7. So tricky. So she goes deep and wants emotional access, obviously, as a Scorpio moon. And he delicious. He pulls back, intellectualizes everything as a Venus in Aquarius. So you can see the dynamic here is a little tough. So that's what we have going on here. And then the third thing that I want to look at is the Venus-Uranus conjunction, right? So this is a situationship lightning. What's more is basically Timothée Chalamet's Venus is conjunct Uranus, right? And we did say that his Venus is in Aquarius, and Uranus even rules Aquarius and is at home in this conjunction. So, and this is all happening in Kylie's first house. So this Uranus and Venus synastry is saying, we mate, we clicked, we need to be planning this, and now everyone is talking about it. Like everyone knows everything and wants to know everything about us, given that it is in the first house, which is a very visible house to the public. So it's the type of aspect that makes, relationships feel like a limited series, not a 10-season show, and it's amazing, I guess, for the excitement, if you ask me, but it is terrible for consistency. And there's nothing more we want in relationships than consistency, right? That's what it's all about. Are you going to be here tomorrow? I don't want to play guessing games. That's what we have from a synastry aspect. So now the next part of this to explore is, will they be together? So, will Kylie and Timothée be back together in 2026? Short answer, I don't see it. Long answer, I really don't see it. Could there be another we've broken up and we broke up again loop and we're back together? I think yes, even though, sources all say the same thing, that they could actually get back together even though they've broken up before, and she'll find a way pretty much to pull him back in, and that's kind of been the pattern. But an actual stable long-term relationship in 2026, I don't know, astrologically, it looks like it's a storyline that keeps glitching and not one that kind of finally settles. So this is one of those things where they're very in and out of it. And even astrologically, it gives that's kind of going to be a consistent thing, right? And I don't know if that's worthwhile, really. And if anyone really wants to go through that. And of course, free will exists, and that astrology isn't the be it and end all of information. And, people can decide differently and move through their emotions as much as they want to. And, and also PR exists and money exists. So they could absolutely surprise us. And I'm not closing myself off to that as a reality. They can absolutely surprise us and stay together and stick it out. But if I only consider, the charts and the transit that we've spoken about, I'd say this is a very powerful and chaotic chapter for them both, right? But I don't know. It's not getting Endgame. It's not giving the fun chapter. You are more than happy to comment your thought as well. Everything we've spoken about and share your opinion. But for me personally, I don't know. It's not giving Endgame. So yeah, that's my take from this. Okay, enough celebrity therapy. Enough about that. We've spoken about it. We've deep dived. Let's talk about you, right? Which signs are actually likely to boomerang back to their exes in 2026? Now, you are in the picture with Timothée and Kylie. Will you be one of the signs who will be boomerang back to their ex in 2026? First up, we have Cancer, Pisces, right? So yeah, you two are cooked. In 2026, I had a dream about woo. I felt like it was so real. The water signs together, just feeling all the lovey-dovey emotional sensitivity, dreaming, be quite perceptive and intuitive. It's coming back for you. And then suddenly, you're back on FaceTime with this person. You're back on FaceTime with this ex and you're relaying all these feelings and these dreams that you had. That looks very likely for a Cancer, Pisces situation in 2026. Next up, we have Taurus and Scorpio, the sister signs, right? So you may see each other quite a lot more time between 26. I don't know if that's exciting for you or not, but I don't know, kind of have a little spidery sense that this might be happening for Taurus and Scorpio placements. And so you'll see each other once or one time 2026 and then boom, let's get it right this time. Do you know what I mean? Like, why were we even going through what we went through before? Like, let's get this right this time. And what if we did? What if you really tried it this time and it actually worked? So that is for Taurus and Scorpio. And then last but not least, we have Libra and Aquarius, my air signs, right? So in this case, you'll be on your we've matured era, right? Like, this sounds like, we're going to try this again. And if we talk it out this time, we really talk about our feelings, then, it could work and we don't ghost each other mid-argument, because one thing about an ex sign, it's going to ghost. Something that these two, reuniting in 2026, talking, communication, and not ghosting when things get uncomfortable might be really helpful. But I see it. I feel it. If you are, of course, any one of these signs, definitely give me a comment about what you think, if it's something you're feeling, if it's already kind of happening, let me know.